Actually, just before I get to you, I'd like to finish this up tonight. I think we're going to need an extra 10 minutes. And all I look at the end of this report is to do the bylaw and the confirming bylaw, the bylaws. We'll do the rest of the business next week or 2 weeks hence. So I'll need a mover and seconder to go a little bit beyond 9 o'clock. Columbus has moved. Wells has seconded. Council proceed beyond the hour of 9 p.m. to address the immediate business at hand. Those in favor? Those opposed? That's carried, and we'll try to wrap this up in the next 10 minutes if we can. Councillor Height, thank you for waiting.
Did you read the motion you have before you, Mr. Mayor?
I will, as soon as I get it here. There we are. Moved by Oliver, seconded by Wells. That's section 683, Long Point and Turkey Point Resort Area Safe Access Policy, be amended by revising the 5th paragraph in section 683 to read as follows. Redevelopment or replacement of existing development may be permitted subject to the provisions of section 7.3.2.2 hazard land designation of this plan.
Geez, I'm not sure if that helped me, Mr. Mayor.
Okay.
I guess I would have to know where paragraph 5 is it? Is this the one that says paragraph 6? What page are you on with this?
Through the mayor, it was a typo in the report and in the amendment to say paragraph 4. It's actually the 5th paragraph.
Page number? In our agenda.
Page 19 of my staff report.
107.
Not helping me.
Page 107 of our agenda.
Yeah, I got it. I'm on it. So, Mr. Mayor, if I can, it says here we have at the beginning that the recommended policy adjustments from LPRCA in a letter dated January 5th and set out in DCS be approved. Is this a subset or just a small section of those comments? Are we not dealing with the rest of those comments? That's my question.
It's dealing with one of the issues that was in the Long Point comments. It's dealing. It's 3, I think. It's dealing with comment 3 in part, and then the balance of comment 3 or point 3 in the letter is the 6th paragraph that we're looking at adding to, which is in the staff report on page 19.
This one will fly.
That's because she gave us options here.
Yeah.
Anything further? You're okay? Okay. Any other discussion on the motion? Those in favor? Those opposed? It's carried. Councillor Oliver, you don't need that one.
hate to do it to you, but there was one other small item that I
Go
made a
ahead.
fuss about earlier, so I might as well address it and see if
Please.
there's any support.
Absolutely.
And that was in relation to the extent of the adjacent land to a significant woodland that would trigger an EIS.
The drip line?
It had previously
Yeah.
been worded as 10 meters out from the drip line of the edge of a significant woodland, and the proposed wording changes that to say 120 meters out from the edge of a significant woodland. And I would move a motion that we have that policy remain as 10 meters out from the drip line edge of the woodland to trigger an EIS.
I got this one, Councillor Oliver, very simple, that the drip line be maintained at 10 meters out to trigger an EIS. From a
Mayor, it's
woodlot.
actually the policy to trigger an EIS would remain at 10 meters out from the drip line. Sorry about that, but
No.
what the wording that the clerk gave you was significantly different than I think what you got.
That the policy to trigger an EIS be maintained at,
Relative to a significant woodland, remain at 10 meters out from the drip line.
the policy to trigger an EIS relative. That's what I'm missing. Do I have a seconder for this? Sonnenberg? I'll read it just to make sure we like the wording. Oliver's moved, Sonnenberg has seconded that the drip line to maintain, that the policy to trigger an EIS relative to significant woodland remain at 10 meters out from the drip line. Discussion on this. Councillor Sonnenberg.
Thank you. I recently built a building and I had to adhere to the 10-meter drip line
Yes.
rule. If what they're suggesting was brought in, I couldn't have built my building on a 3-acre parcel of land. They're suggesting you have to be the length of a football field away from a tree to build a building. It's ridiculous. Thank you.
Any other discussion? Councillor Columbus.
But Councillor Sonnenberg, I think you could have cut that tree down. And they wouldn't have known.
Any other discussion? Not those in favor? That's carried. Thank you for that, Councillor Oliver. Is there anything else other than what's the balance on this motion? Okay, would you go to page 89, please? What's left on here before I get a mover and seconder? I'm not going to read it all. It's in front of you. That we receive as information. This deals with the requirements for the Norfolk Mall as submitted by Oxford County. This is the recommended adjustments of LPRCA that are in the report, and then it goes on to do some wording. And the last part would say, and further that amending bylaw 10P 2018, updating the Norfolk County official plan as revised by council at its meeting on January the 16th, 2018, be presented at a future council meeting for adoption. And we must do that, correct? Notice it says at a future council meeting, not a public meeting. You want to just speak on that? I'll get right to you.
Through you, Mr. Mayor, the direction provided by council tonight is very clear, so we're able to just make amendments to the bylaw and present it in 2 weeks for straight approval.
Can I get a mover seconder, then I'll, Councillor Black, move? Yes. Thank you. Wells? Seconded. Discussion. You've heard the motion. Well, you didn't hear it, but you heard part of it and read it. All those in favor? Those opposed? That's carried. Thank you. Just before we go on to the bylaws, That's the end of this report. Can't say I'm disappointed to see the end of that, for now. I do want to just take 10 seconds and say, first of all, Matt, on behalf of this council, we've really appreciated your patience and all the work you've done. You've been great. Chris Baird, I want to say to all of your planning staff, and I'm getting to the rows there. I want to say I know that when I attended some of the public meetings, the entire planning department was there to answer questions, or very close to every one. So I do want to recognize everyone. But Mary, I have to say, you've spearheaded this. You've been the leader. You've taken this thing, and I don't know how you've kept your sanity and your smile, but I sincerely want to thank you for your patience and everything you've done here. It's very much appreciated. And your quick thinking tonight has helped me a lot. So you're very quick tonight. So thank you, folks. I'm going to do the bylaws and the confirming bylaw, and we'll go home. Thank you. And council, of course, your patience too in dealing with this. Okay. It's been moved by Councillor Oliver, seconded by Councillor Black, that bylaws 2018-01 to bylaw 2018-05 be passed, signed by the mayor and clerk, and fixed with the corporate seal. Those in favor? That's carried. And finally, moved by Councillor Geisens and seconded by Councillor Oliver, that bylaw 2018-06, being a bylaw to confirm the proceedings of the Council of Norfolk County, be passed, signed by the mayor and clerk, fixed with the corporate seal. Those in favor? That's carried. We are adjourned. You may go home. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. Well.